And I'm joined today by women's soccer's own Alyssa Silvestre. Alyssa, how are we doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing quite well. So your season has started off. You guys are 0-2. You fought in both games. Just early thoughts on the season so far?
Early thoughts on the season, I think it's a good environment. I think the team is upbeat. I feel like in the past we've gone into games with heads down, and I feel like that's really turning around. We're staying in games for longer minutes, and we're only going up from here. It's so early on in the season.
Right. It seems like a nice culture shift. When I talked to Coach Pinson, that was his one focus. He just wanted to change the culture, change some things around. And one of those additions is the insertion of a leadership council. Instead of having like a regular captain, 2 or 3 captains, that was the first name he gave me, part of that leadership council, you and 5 other girls in the team. Talk about that in terms of being selected for that, how it makes you feel that you know that you're trusted by your peers, your coaches to be a leader, and also just it's a new thing. I'm sure you never had a leadership council before. How has that been your first few weeks with it?
I think the concept of it is really good. We've got some older girls on the team that have been here, so they are showing that they're able to lead the others. And then we have some younger girls on the team that are showing that they want to step into that role, and they want to keep that role as they go on in their collegiate career. I think that it's going really well. It's like the same thing. So everyone voted. They came to the meeting that we had in November. They said who they thought were leaders on the field, and then Coach Phil took that and ran with it. And I think that as someone who got picked to be on it, it's just good to know that people on the team feel like they can come to me if they need anything, and they look up to me. And same with the coaches, that they trust me and the 4 other girls that are on the leadership council as well.
Right, and like I said, trusting the coaches. You've been here for a couple of years as a whole new coaching staff. How has it been adapting to their way of thinking, the way of how they like to play, and how has it been learning these new coaches and trusting these new coaches?
Honestly, I think everything's an adjustment when it comes to new players, new coaches, and I couldn't have expected it to go any better. The chemistry on the team, and then from the coaching staff to the players as well, it's respectful and it's positive. And I think that that's something that we all needed to bring this program in the direction that he wants to take it and everyone wants to take it.
You're a Warwick girl. You're local.
Yes.
So what went into your decision to come to RIC a few years ago? What went into the decision to stay local? Was there any ideas of maybe going over to Massachusetts or Connecticut or a different state, or was it always I'm going to stick in Rhode Island, and it just happened to find Rhode Island college soccer?
I definitely only applied to 4 or 5 schools, and they were all pretty local. My top 2 were Bridgewater and Rhode Island College, simply because I want to be a teacher. But after coming here and just seeing the campus and knowing that it would give me the opportunity to continue my academic career as well as play the sport I love for another 4 years, that's why I chose RIC.
What grade are you looking to teach? I know this. I think you're secondary education math?
I am.
So most everyone at home is saying, ew, why would you want to teach high school math?
Yes.
So what's in it for high school? I liked math. I was pretty good at math. So why math? Why that?
Okay, so math is probably the thing I'm the best at, so that's why math. As far as why high school, it takes a very special person to teach elementary, and I give them so much credit because they teach every subject, and it takes a lot of patience, and I think it's a different kind of patience with high school, and that's the route I want to go. So I also want to coach, so it gets your foot in the door that way as well.
Right, and you have a guy who's coaching since, before either of us were born, and 20 years before that. So have you kind of picked his brain a little bit, Coach Pinson's and Coach Gervais and Coach Faria, they've been coaching for a long time. Have you pick their brain a little bit, how would you handle this, or how did you decide what you wanted to do, philosophy wise? So you kind of picked their brains over?
I can't say I have. I feel like everyone's focus is on the team right now and trying to build up and trying to go that route. And I think as far as picking their brain, I wouldn't say I've necessarily done that, but every time I'm at practice, every time I'm on the bench on the field, I'm just observing and seeing what they notice and then how they work on those kind of things with us so that we can improve as a team.
All right, Alyssa, I think that's going to be it. I don't want to keep you here for too much longer, so thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for checking out this episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I've been Cody Chalifoux. Thank you so much for watching that interview. We have more on the way, so make sure to go to goanchorman.com to find any interviews that you might have missed, any interviews in the future. Make sure to go to goanchorman.com as well to look at the varsity schedule and see what games are going on, when they're going on, if you can make it or if you want to watch at home. And again, we thank you so much for supporting RIC Athletics. Go Anchorman.